We will talk about scaling the experience of the CCAP program to make sustainable development decisions at Kherson State University under extreme conditions. Kherson State University is 106 years old. Our mission is to preserve the university and the academic community. The university in Kherson has 9 faculties, 4 academic buildings, and 3 dormitories. From 2018 to 2022, approximately $10 million was invested in creating a modern educational environment. Before the full-scale war, KSU had over 4,000 students and more than 300 faculty members. According to all Ukrainian and international rankings, we were the best in the Kherson region and southern Ukraine. February 24, 2022, divided our lives into before and after the full-scale war began. In the first days, 94% of the region was occupied. Kherson is the only regional center in Ukraine where the occupiers entered. The occupation lasted for 9 months. To ensure all business processes, a relocation to Ivano-Frankivsk took place in April 2022. Vasil Stefanik Prekarpathian National University provided buildings in the city center for our use. Ukraine had experience with the relocation of higher education institutions during the first wave in 2014, but the second wave was more terrifying. There were no green corridors for evacuation, with shelling of civilian convoys and travel through dozens of checkpoints with no guarantee of survival. Most of the university's representatives went through this. I left with my family and was in a situation where a gun was pointed at me, and my wife and young granddaughter were in the car. After the start of the full-scale invasion, the university ensured the provision of educational services remotely. We did not stop working for a single day. During the occupation, we transferred all our digital infrastructure to the secure servers of Prekarpathian University and later to Azure storage. Thanks to the courage of our colleagues, which bordered on heroism, we managed to preserve the archive, which is part of the National Archival Fund, and personnel documentation. Our colleagues carried documents in bags and hid them. Later, after the occupation of Kherson, the documentation, some equipment, archaeological and zoological museums, and a unique herbarium were transported to Ivano-Frankivsk. Almost half of our employees and students remained in the Russian-occupied Kherson region. They maintained a pro-Ukrainian stance. The university was captured by the occupiers. They kidnapped and held Vice-Rector Maxim Vinik for several days in their torture chamber. 2 of our students have been in captivity for more than 2 years. During the occupation, my house in Kherson was occupied by Katerina Hubareva, a deputy of the Russian administration. Surveillance cameras recorded this later. I found out that the house had been robbed. On November 11, 2022, the armed forces of Ukraine liberated Kherson. However, most of the region remains under occupation. When we managed to access the university, we saw a horrifying scene. The traitors looted everything in their retreat. We continue to operate from 2 offices in Ivano-Frankivsk and Kherson. Currently, about 9% of our employees and students remain in Kherson. The city's population has decreased from 280,000 to 70,000 people. Every month, despite the danger, I visit Kherson to support the team. The enemy is shelling Kherson. About 200 shells hit the city daily, causing casualties. So, the return of the university to its original premises is not yet on the agenda. We have sustained damage to our infrastructure, the swimming pool, academic buildings, dormitories, and the assembly hall. This year, on my birthday, March 28th, a missile hit the 8th floor of the main building, destroying dozens of classrooms. On December 16, 2022, a missile hit my daughter's house. These are the houses of our employees after flooding due to the attack on the Kakhovka hydroelectric station and shelling. More precisely, what remains of them. Difficult times require unconventional solutions and prioritization. We have outlined digitalization and quality of education. We began this path in 1999 by creating our own information analytical system, IES, to manage personnel and material resources. In 2005, we started developing our own educational platform, XU Online, which concentrates all educational content. In 2018, we began developing the digital service XU24, which allows monitoring the quality of the educational process and assisting students. From the educational program to digital journals, from attendance tracking to surveys. Digital infrastructure is what allows us to maintain all business and educational processes and provide quality education in conditions of disconnection from physical infrastructure. We are integrating artificial intelligence into KSU24 by implementing the EVA chatbot. Scientific research. In 2023, we entered the top 50 of the best higher education institutions in Ukraine for the first time in the consolidated ranking, and we are number 1 among universities in the Kherson region. As part of our ongoing commitment to internationalization and academic excellence, we are actively engaged in multiple initiatives that strengthen our global partnerships. Kherson State University has identified 3 key priorities in our internationalization efforts: strengthening strategic partnerships and institutional advancements, individual fellowships and academic exchanges, official delegations and international engagements. The strategic partnerships and advancements reflect our ongoing dedication to driving innovation and resilience in higher education. Under the Erasmus Plus program, we have embraced several innovative projects. Our collaboration with donors has been instrumental in advancing our mission. USAID's DG East has supported our efforts. We also received a generous donation of 69,800 euro from the European Federation of Academies of Sciences and Humanities to aid displaced scientists. In partnership with NATO's Science for Peace and Security program, we are developing symbolic rewriting methods to safeguard critical cyber-physical systems, with a grant of 48,000 euro. Our collaboration with the University of Kent through the Twinning Initiative project by Cormac Consultancy Group and Universities UK exemplifies our commitment to fostering international academic alliances. We are immensely grateful for the support from the United States through initiatives like the USAID Democratic Governance East activity. This initiative has provided a grant to establish an educational and cultural hub in Ivano-Frankivsk, equipped with state-of-the-art facilities to enhance our academic and cultural outreach. DigiUni is a significant project under the Erasmus Plus program. Over the next 4 years, with a substantial project budget of 5 million EUR, our institution has been allocated 316,000 EUR to advance our digital education capabilities. The core objective of DigiUni is to develop a highly effective digital educational ecosystem within Ukraine, ensuring continuous, high-quality, and inclusive education for all students. Recognizing the profound impact of war on mental health, KSU actively participates in the BURN project. A key objective is establishing psychological resilience centers within universities to provide mental health services to students and faculty. The Smart PL project focuses on introducing a personalized learning model based on a virtual learning environment of intellectual tutoring. The Academies for Ukraine project represents a vital initiative aimed at bolstering the resilience of higher education institutions in Ukraine and across the European Union. One central element of this project is creating a documentary film titled Stories of Academic Resilience in Ukraine, highlighting the remarkable stories of perseverance and strength within the Ukrainian academic community and counteracting false narratives. The e-service XU24 is supported by a generous donation of 70,000 GBP from a UK company. This multifunctional digital service enhances management, education, and interaction between academics, students, and university administration, demonstrating our resilience and adaptability. Our commitment to fostering academic excellence and international collaboration is reflected in our engagement with various personal grants and academic mobility programs. Visiting Fellowship Awards. Ukrainian displaced scholars by American councils have provided invaluable opportunities for scholars displaced by the conflict. We have established partnerships with several prestigious institutions, including Adam Mickiewicz University in Poland, which hosted 27 summer schools. We also received a grant from the Claims Conference for teaching Holocaust Studies courses, amounting to 30,000 €. Our university has actively participated in high-profile international engagements, including an official reception at the Westminster Palace in London as part of the British-Ukrainian Twinning Initiative and a conference at the European Parliament in Strasbourg. These events highlight our dedication to international dialogue. Preservation of history. Kherson State University initiated a research topic on the problems of the occupation of Kherson. As part of this research, the first book was published, Chronicle of Civil Resistance in Kherson in the context of Russia's full-scale aggression against Ukraine in 2022. It includes 27 documentary interviews with Kherson residents about the first days of the full-scale invasion and resistance. We also published The Black Swan in the History of Kherson State University, or Chronicles of the Relocated University, an institutional publication documenting the events of the first year of the full-scale invasion through the lens of KSU's activities. University community members authored the collection Kherson Essays, Living to Win, which contains personal reflections on the events of war, occupation, and relocation. It includes 32 personal essays, including my own memories. Especially, I thank the team of Kherson State University. We are going through this journey together. Everything will be KSU. To be strong, resilient, and unbreakable in order to return to our hometown and rebuild. This is our philosophy. We are very grateful to Dr. Vilma Fuentes, Dr. George Bishop, and Dr. Anthony Kalipa, our partners from Florida State University, the Community College Administrator Program, Santa Fe College, the U.S. Department of State, the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, USAID, and all the American people for their experience and support, which help us move forward in extreme conditions.